Hi, my name is Sylvia Soyodaya. I'm from Germany and I will give you today in this video a very important update, an energy update about the month of October from the Vedic Astrology. And we have extreme energies right now and constellations, and the world will change forever. And the next 3 months are very important. What will come and what can we do? Please feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like my energy, my channelings, all the informations I'm sharing, and more stuff will come. What we are now experiencing in October is a big wake-up call. It will be very dramatic, and I can't share everything I see in the charts, in the horoscope of the countries and also of very important peoples. A lot is happening. We are in a time of revolution, rebellion, upheavals, war, and dramatic events. And I also predicted that the escalation between the Ukraine and the Russian war will intensify. And this we are experiencing now with the young people in the Russia who want to leave the country, and they close the borders. That is very, very dramatic. And this is also part of the solar eclipse we will have in October at the 25th of October. Every solar eclipse brings things, confronted us with things we can't see before. And especially the solar eclipse path, we can see where the sun and the moon, it's always a new moon when a solar eclipse happens, and we can't see the light of the sun because the moon darkens the light of the sun. And the path the sun and the moon are crossing over the earth, we call it the solar eclipse path. And you can look up at the NASA website to look where it is. And it is especially this solar eclipse over Europe, over Russia, and over Ukraine. And I will show you now the charts so you can see more what it is all about. First, we have the chart of Germany. We have the birth date for Germany, the 3rd October 1990. And for this, we have Pluto in the sign of Libra at 22 degrees. And in the sign of Libra will the solar eclipse at the 25th of October happen. And that is very important. It triggers this Pluto. But also is the Pluto triggered by Uranus. Uranus is in the opposite sign in Aries. And this is a very important trigger. The Rahu-Ketu axis is also always very important, because only where the Rahu-Ketu axis is, when the new moon happens, then it is a solar eclipse. And the Rahu-Ketu axis is at 19 degrees and Pluto is at 22 degrees. That is very important, and it means that this Pluto is triggered by the solar eclipse. I do not see that Germany will be part of an atomic war or something like this, but it is a very important sign, because also the sun and the moon on the solar eclipse path, they are in the part of Europe, and so it is a very important thing to see and to look at it. But we do not have only Pluto in the German chart. We also have Pluto at the same position in the Ukraine chart. I will show you. There you can see Pluto is at 24 degrees. Ukraine, we have the date of the 24th of August from 1991. And so this Pluto will also be triggered. And Pluto, the planet Pluto, always means plutonium energy and atomic energy. That is part of Pluto. And it is the 10th house in which it will happen. And it is in opposition of the 4th house, and the 4th house stands for the land and for the people, and that is very not a really good situation. Also, the moon is in the sign of Capricorn, and there is the transit Saturn. And the transit Saturn darkens the moon, and the moon stands for the people of the land, and that is a very difficult constellation. It shows not good things, I will say, and yes, we will see what will happen, but it is a very dangerous zone for the solar eclipse at the 25th of October. But not only Pluto we will see in the Ukraine chart. When we look at a Russia chart, we also have Pluto there in the sign of Libra, and it is also triggered with 21 degrees of the solar eclipse and the degrees of the solar eclipse. Very, very important. And this connects those three countries together. I do not really know what it really means, but I think it is very important to see it, and we will see what will happen. And there are a lot of undefined flying objects this time in the Ukraine, in the night sky, UFOs. And that is very important. It shows we are not alone, not the only beings here on the earth. There is extraterrestrial life out there in the universe, and they see what we do, and they will not allow that we destroy our world with atomic energy. That is very, very important. After the atomic bomb of Hiroshima and the Roosevelt accidents, where two UFOs collided and they were destroyed and were founded on the ground of America. That is very important, and we will understand more of those information. Those information will come out, and that is very important. And so are the UFO sightings in the Ukraine. For us, a sign that shows us we are not alone and we can't destroy our world. That is very important. And we will take a short look at the chart of Vladimir Putin. He is born on the 7th October 1952, and he has his Rahu, his north node in the sign of Capricorn. And Rahu is not a planet in this way, but it is the north node, and this is very important. It is a little demonic energy. We with Rahu we are not really settled. We maybe decide things we have not really good overthought, and with his Rahu there and the Saturn, the transit planet Saturn, is now conjunct his Rahu, and this means he maybe is not really clear in his decisions, and this maybe also in aspect of the atomic energy and decisions he might do. And you also see in opposition the planet Pluto and Ketu. This means also it is the 10th house, and the 10th house is his career, his leading position he has, and this also means there are people standing behind him. Ketu is always, we can't see it really, what is behind. And with Pluto stands for corruption, for manipulation, for control systems, for people, maybe mafia organizations or something like this. Maybe we can't see who stands behind him, who put him in this position and brought him in this position he had, and this is now triggered. This means there could be something happen with his leader position, I think so, and also he might be decide things who are not really good for the world. Maybe about atomic energy, we will see. And this I want to show you. It's not really a very good time for him, and we will see what the solar eclipse will bring to this. But now let's look at the chart of the solar eclipse. And it is happening, I told you, at the 25th of October, and we see here Moon and Sun at 7 degrees in the sign of Libra. And we also have Saturn, the transit Saturn in the sign of Capricorn, and Uranus in the sign of Aries. And Uranus and Saturn are in a hard aspect. That is very important. And this is a big trigger. And it can also trigger not only political events or with the financial situation, but it can also trigger earthquakes. And you see, Neptune is at 28 degrees in Aquarius, and that is also very, very important, because those solar eclipses, where they are in which signs, they always change the signs. Every next solar eclipse is in other degrees and maybe in the same sign or in another sign. And it needs 18.5 years till the Rahu Ketu axis, the solar eclipse axis, is at the same place. And so I looked up what happened in the year of 24, and where the same solar eclipse happened in the same signs and with the axis. And at this time we had in the December, 2 months later after the solar eclipse, the big tsunami. Maybe you can remember the big wave in Thailand, in Indonesia, which happened there. I think over 300,000 people died because of the wave. And now we have a similar constellation, energetic constellation, not the similar planets at a similar place, but a very energetic, connected, special constellation. We will see. It must not happen, but it might be happen because of the earthquakes, and Neptune is the ruler of the oceans, and it could mean that there is shaking, because at 29 degrees in Aquarius we have a very demonic fixed star, a very, very, very important fixed star. His name is Markab. And Markab stands often for destruction, for world events where a lot of tragedy happens, and this could mean it could be very, very special. Maybe also in the months after the solar eclipse we will see. We can't say the exact date when something will happen, but we can see that the energies are growing and they are connecting with some of those events, because we have to understand that the emotions of the people this time, the collective, is very dramatic. The people are very frustrated, have a lot of fear, anger in them. And this is like a big bubble of emotion, of negative emotions. And we can see in the weather reflects those emotions we have. And so it could be happen something like this. We can see, but also the atomic war, and the war is very, very, a lot of danger there in the charts. But not only this, we also have Mars. Mars will go retrograde at the 13th of October in the sign of Gemini. And this is very, very, very important, because in the chart of the USA, there is also the Mars at 0 degree in Gemini. And when Mars goes over Mars in the transit, it is always a big, big trigger. A big trigger that big things can happen. And also we have in the chart of China, there from the leader of China, Xi Jinping. He has also, I can show it you, his sun at 0 degree in Gemini. And this connects China and the USA, and very, very much. And also not only the chart of the USA, because also Biden, the president, has his moon in 7 degree in the sign of Libra, and the solar eclipse happens at 7 degree in he has his moon in Aries at 7 degree, and the solar eclipse happens at 7 degree in Libra, and this connects those both planets or those energies together. And for Biden, it is not an easy time, because also he has his Mars at 19 degree in the sign of Libra, and this means there is the axis, the Rahu-Ketu axis. It is also for Biden a very big trigger. And as vice president, we have Kamala Harris. And Kamala Harris, if we just a short look at her chart, she also has her ascendant and her Rahu at 1 degree in Gemini, and this is also very, very important, because if Rahu is on the ascendant, it also means it is about destiny, and this might be for her also a very important solar eclipse. We will see what will happen, because her chart ruler is the planet Mercury. It is the ruler of the first house of the ascendant of the sign of Gemini, and this is also in the sign, the Mercury sits in the sign of Libra at 8 degrees, and that is also very important. It all shows it is not an easy time we will have in October, and also in November and December. I will make further videos about this. And on my German channel, I'm doing a big meditation at the 3rd of October. Maybe you want to be a part of it, because it is very, very important to connect our energies, to bring light in all those fields on the earth, and so that a lot of people can connect with this positive energy and find peace in them, because we also have Jupiter this time very near to the earth, and this means there is always hope. There is always a light. We have to connect with the light, to see the light, to feel the light, and to be the light. That is the time that we have to connect with others and to be the light we are. Not only to see it, to be and to bring it in the world. So I hope my English was not too bad and you could understand all those I shared with you. Please subscribe to my channel, and I wish you the best. Share this video with other people. Thank you.